Hello and welcome to another of Prof. Paul B's examples on how to do a limited entry decision table. The example we're going to do this time is how to decide whether to go to Hawaii, to Grandma's house, or nowhere, i.e. stay home. Okay, so let's read it. So we're going to create a limited entry decision table to help plan for our next vacation. The possible outcomes are for destinations are Hawaii, Grandma's house, and nowhere or stay home. Hawaii, Grandma's house. Remember, the actions go on the bottom left quadrant, and they're here. If our bank balance is $1 million or more, here's $1 million or more, you'll go to Hawaii. Okay, so do you remember? Oh, what we forgot to do is we forgot to put the condition alternatives, and I'll do that quickly here. Remember, that's where we put. I'm going to do it caps lock. Yes, 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 no, yes, 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 no, yes, no, no. So we have 4 columns of yes, no, no, yes, no, yes, no, and finally, nope, not finally, hold on, no, no, yes. You know what, I forgot one. I forgot the no, yes, yes, and I kind of like to keep them in the same order. See here, I started with yes, 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 no, yes, and here I'd like to start with no, yes, yes, no, no, yes, no, yes, no, and finally no, no, no. Okay. So if we're reading here, if our bank balance is $1 million or more, we will go to Hawaii. Okay, so that means for every column that has a yes here in this condition, we're going to Hawaii. So we're going here, going here, going here, and we're going here. Okay. Now let's continue reading. If your bank account is less than $1 million, you will stay home if your boss says you must work. Okay, let's read this again. If your bank account is less than 1 million, so that means this condition has to be no, right? If it's less than 1 million, then if your boss says you must work, then you'll stay home. Okay, so I put boss okay. That meant boss says it's okay to leave. But if he says you have to work, then that's really he's saying no, it's not okay to leave. So that means we're going to stay home if we don't have over $1 million and the boss is not okay for the boss for us to go. We are going to stay home. So we put an X here and we put an X here. Okay. If your boss says you can go, i.e. it's boss okay, you will go to Hawaii unless your bank account is below 2,000. So if it's okay with the boss, you still got a shot at going to Hawaii if your bank account is greater than or equal to $2,000. So we put that here, put an X here, we're going to Hawaii. In that, if it's below 2,000, you will go to Grandma's house. Okay, so we go to Grandma's house. If we don't have over 1 million, we don't have over 2,000, but the boss says we don't have to work, it's okay for the boss to take a vacation, then we can't go to Hawaii, we can't afford it, and we don't have to stay home because the boss said it's okay for us to take off. So in that case, we go to Grandma's house. Okay, in the next video, we are going to simplify this. Just tune in.